my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to do kind of a vlog style follow-up to my 5-star predictions. So this is a part of Booklist Thursday with Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And back a couple months ago, they asked me to pick 3 books that I think are going to be 5-star that I have been purposely avoiding because of the hype. So I'm nervous that I'm going to love them, and so I'm just like saving them on my shelf because I don't want them to be over. So as a reminder, the 3 books I picked were The Favorites by Lane Fargo, Becoming the Talbot Sisters by Rachel Linden, and The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan. So those are the 3 books I'm going to be reading. And I'm going to try this kind of a vlog style follow-up just so I can tell you guys all my thoughts and we can follow along on this journey to see if they are indeed 5-star. So I have started, and I've started The Favorites. And this one is interesting. So if you like Daisy Jones and the Six, if you like the tennis one that I'm having a hard time thinking of the name, Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I think you will like this book. So I'm listening on audio because it is a full cast audio, and I've heard it's great. And I will say I was about 10 or 15% of the way through, and I was like, it's just not hooking me. I'm not sure I'm loving it. However, now I'm almost halfway through, and I'm really interested. I'm really liking it. I don't know. I'm not necessarily getting like that 5-star vibe, but I'm also not getting the ick about anything. So this definitely has potential. So this follows 2 skaters, ice skaters, and they are everything to each other. They're best friends. They are like romantically involved. They are ice skating partners, all of that. And they're kind of stuck. They live in Chicago. Her brother is kind of a low life and draining, and they don't really have a great place to train. They don't have a great coach. And so they're just kind of mediocre until they kind of get discovered, and they get offered to go to LA to go to a little more prestigious ice skating school coach, whatever. I don't know anything about ice skating. I don't know what I'm saying. And so they go, and there's some drama. There's some siblings there that are like, they're the owner's son and daughter. And so they're partners. They're really great. And, yeah, I'm not going to say any more, but this is juicy. It's dramatic. It's got the style, like every now and again it breaks in with different interviews and things and people talking about this time. And so this is good. This is good. I'm not like shouting on the rooftops about it, but I'm definitely enjoying it. So I'm going to update you. I'm halfway through. My goal is to update at least once or twice about each of these books as I read them. And then at the end, we'll say, were they 5-star or not? So stay tuned. Okay, you guys. So it is the next day, and I'm like stressed out, and I want to talk about this. So, like I said, I wasn't loving it in the first, like it was fine. It was just, I was feeling very neutral about it. And then it started to get better. And, this is gotten really juicy. And like this couple keeps kind of ebbing and flowing through each other's lives, these couple of figure skaters. And I'm not going to say much about the plot because I don't want to ruin anything. But my investment has grown, and I am terrified. I'm not going to tell you how far the way I am through this, but I am terrified. I've had this feeling for a while that somebody's going to die. And I don't know who, and I don't know how, but I am really stressed out about it. And so my YouTube watch later list is miles long, and I was feeling really good about like getting it down. But then during my morning workout, I had to stop watching YouTube and just listen to this because I've got to know what happens, because I've got this like looming suspicion. I'm not going to tell you if I'm right or wrong or any details, but I have this looming suspicion that somebody's going to die, and it's stressing me out. So, I'm going to get this done today. And so far, I'm really liking it. I'm invested. Is it a 5-star? We'll see how it ends. Because I'm not sure. I would say I like this better than Daisy Jones and the Six, not as well as Carrie Soto is Back. So these are, they're not the same, but they're very similar. And I would say this is number 2. And I think I gave Carrie Soto's Back like 4.5 stars, which for me, for all intents and purposes, is a 5-star. 5 stars, like all-time favorite, put it on the top 20, that kind of thing. 4.5 stars, like what most people will give a 5-star. So really this video is searching for 4.5 stars, but we'll see how it is. So I'm going to update you guys when I finish this and let you know what I think. Hey everyone, so we're still in the middle of garage clean out, which you guys probably don't know about, but that's okay. And everybody's playing outside, so this is probably going to be distracted. There's bubbles floating by, but I finished The Favorites, and I really enjoyed this. Now, in the lineup that I was talking about with Daisy Jones in the 6 and Carrie Soto's back in this one, because they all have similar vibes, I would say this is probably my least favorite. Maybe Daisy Jones, but I mean, like, Carrie Soto is definitely a different level. And then I would say I think I like Daisy Jones better and then this. And so it's not a 5-star, but it is a strong 4-star. I really like that tension of, like, feeling like something was about, like, some shoe was about to drop. And I really liked the couple and was rooting for them. It was a lot of drama, but I enjoyed it. It just, something about it, it doesn't have that 5-star feeling. It doesn't have that long-term staying power, but I really enjoyed this. So this is a solid 4-star, but not a 5-star. So let's keep reading and see if we can find a 5-star. Hey everyone, so I'm at soccer practice with for one kid in the car designing the jersey names for another kid's team. So never a dull moment, but it is soccer season. But I wanted to get on and let you know that I am more than halfway through becoming the Talbot sisters. And so I unintentionally, but I am reading these in the order that I think I'm going to like them. So like, I thought I'd like The Favorites least, then this one, and then I think I'm going to like The Frozen River the most. And I'm not happy to say I am not loving this book. So part of the reason why is because I'm reading another book about two sisters who were somewhat estranged coming back together. And this one is very similar, but not as good. So it's about a chef named Waverly, and she's got this perfect life, husband, all that kind of stuff. She's a TV show, a Food Network show host and whatever. And then her sister is Charlie. Yeah, Charlie is her twin sister, and she is working in Budapest, and she has always kind of just been different than Waverly. She is not, she's single, all that, and she has done some work in South Africa and has some really traumatic tales to tell. And now she's in Budapest, and Waverly and her husband really want a baby. They've had a lot of miscarriages, and they really want a baby. So Charlie says, "Hey, I'll be your surrogate." So that's where we're at. Sounds great, but for some reason, this is just kind of boring. I don't really like either of the characters, and yeah, I don't know. Like, we're definitely following more of Charlie in her adventures in Budapest, and I just don't really care. So I hate saying that, but I'm listening to this on Spotify, and I ran out of hours. So I ran out of hours yesterday afternoon-ish, and I don't get them back until late tonight. So this is one that, like, I'm gonna continue because I want to see what happens, but it's shaping up to be like 3.5. So we'll see how it ends, and I'll let you know. Hey everyone, so I have finished this book, and it is not a 5-star. It is not a 5-star. I don't know. Let's talk about it. So one of the things I loved about Rachel Linden's other book that I read, The Magic Lemon Drop Pie Cake, something like that, was that magical realism element. And this does not have that at all, which is fine. I know her new one that's coming out soon does have that element, so I don't know why. I mean, it's just interesting. This one doesn't. But this one, I feel like I don't know what to say about it. So it's about these sisters, about these sisters, and they are estranged, lead very different lives. Like I said, one is a Food Network show host, and she has a marriage and she really wants a baby. The other one is, she's been through some trauma and she's worked in Africa. She's in Budapest, like she's all over the place and doing things like that. And I don't feel like we knew either of the characters that well. Like, we know their jobs, we know what they're doing, we don't know them that well. And the whole middle section is just like, okay, so this book has the intention of educating people about human trafficking. However, it didn't really do that. Like, they got into that, and so we had to set a lot of backstage for that, and kind of where Charlie, yes, where she kind of stands with that. But this wasn't like a cat and mouse chase with that, although there was a little bit of that. This wasn't a sister bonding thing, really. Let's see. What does it say on the back? Let's see. I don't think I can tell you anything about this. About like how their relationship does grow through something pretty significant. Now, I don't know. I'm not an adoptive mother, but I would say if you are in an adoptive family and you're an adoptive mother, don't read this. Like, again, I don't know. But the end of this book had me like angry and almost in tears of like, this is so disrespectful to motherhood. And just like, this is not how this works. This is not how this works. Like, and this is just, I don't know. The children were, I didn't like it. I can't say a lot because it's the very end. I didn't like it. I felt sad about it. You can see both sides of this situation, but like, this is not the way this works. This is why people have horror stories with adoption. And this is not helpful. So, and I don't know. I don't know, like a 3-star feels almost generous, like, because the middle is like just boring. Like I said, I was reading physically another book, about 2 sisters and who are estranged coming back together. And I gave that one like a 3.25 star on Storygraph. And I like this one less than that. So, I mean, the title would have you think that this is about sisters coming back together, having a sisterly bond. Sort of. The synopsis, or like the main meat of the book, would have you think this is about human trafficking. Sort of. The author's note is all about this human trafficking thing. And so just focus, lady. Like, I don't know what you were trying to do with this, but it didn't work. It said Lyndon's descriptive prose and sensory detail takes us on a journey of loss, love, friendship, and hope. So I'm not scared away from her as an author, but this was not a 5-star. So now the one I think I'm going to like the most is, The Frozen River, and so I'm going to read that next. However, I'm reading a couple other things first, so I will get back with you when I have started The Frozen River. Hey everyone, so it's many days later, and the bugs are so loud. I hope you can't hear them, but today is my daughter's 3rd birthday, and she is our NICU baby, and she was taken by emergency C-section, immediately intubated. Like, it was awful. And now she's completely healthy and great, and just such a good day to just praise God for what he's done in 3 years. It feels like in some ways like she's been here forever, and in other ways like it was just yesterday. So I'm sure you all can relate to that. Like, the passage of time is weird, especially when it was such a like traumatic thing. And now she's, like I said, perfectly healthy and crazy. And so today has been really fun. We just did breakfast. My husband kind of took the day off work, and so we did breakfast and then did gifts. And then my dad ended up having to come back up here. They live a couple hours away, and he is having some health issues. So he had a cardiology appointment up here. So he surprised her. And like, my daughters, really all of them, but especially this child, Papa is her number one man, like number one person. In fact, I do like a little birthday interview, and it's your favorite person to spend time with, and she says Papa. And so he surprised her and came over this morning, and I got her a stomp rocket, and so you like jump on this thing and it shoots a dino into the air. And so we just hung out outside. I pulled weeds. My dad played Stomp Rocket with them. It was just the best way to spend the morning. And we're having kind of false fall. It's starting to warm up now, and I think it's going to be like 80 this afternoon. But this morning was 54 degrees, and it was just beautiful. Like, it was, by the time we came outside, it was in the 60s, and it was just beautiful. And I'm loving it. So, yeah. And then this afternoon, her best friend is going to come over and surprise her. And it's great because they have kids that are very similar in age to my kids. So all of them have a friend, and it's just going to be wonderful. So, going to hang out outside. And then we also just picked up somebody in our neighborhood. It was a grandparent. They were like, hey, if anybody wants a scooter and a helmet and like a baby swing, you guys can come get it for free. And so I was like, well, we'll take the scooter, and it's a Minnie Mouse helmet, and it's like brand new because It was a grandparent that I'm sure their grandkid came over now and then, but it's in great condition, and it's like a mini scooter, and it's not like electric or anything. It's like just a regular scooter. But this morning she had said, I wish I had a scooter that could fit me, because her sisters have scooters and they're way too big. And so this afternoon I'm going to give that to her, and then also her friends are going to surprise her. So it's going to be a great day. It has been wonderful. I made cake this morning while my dad was here, so that's ready to go and just be frosted. And yeah, it's been a great day. But now we're all about to go take a nap. But first, I wanted to let you know that I have finished my last 5-star prediction. So I finished The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan, and I finished it. I didn't get on an update in the middle of this because I didn't want to, because I loved parts of this book, but it is not a 5-star. So the book is it's based off of a true story about a midwife in, what were the years? Long time ago, a midwife, and let's see, 1789. And so it is Martha Ballard, and like I said, it's based off of a real woman, but she is a midwife, and she is a wonderful character. Like, if you like character-based stories, she is a wonderful character. So there's a body found in the river, and so that kind of mystery of who done it is going on throughout the book, as well as she's attending a lot of different births, and a lot of things go on with that. And then there's also I don't want to say the word and get demonetized, but an assault case going on, and trying to figure out kind of what to do about that, and do we believe the girl or do we believe the guy? And so that's what's going on in this book. I will say this is, I don't know, it is a slower paced book, and it is definitely a character study. So like I said, I loved Martha, and I loved how she was just a take no heck kind of gal, and I loved getting to know her. And I also loved when she was humble. She admitted when her feelings got the best of her, when she acted like she wasn't supposed to. Her and her husband's marriage was great. I loved seeing that. I loved the compassion she showed to the people she was helping, whether they deserved it or not. And I mean, she was so sweet and good with them, despite not being like a warm, touchy-feely gal. And so I really liked her. But for some reason, this just, it's not slow paced, but especially in the beginning, I was just kind of struggling to care and struggling to get into it. And by the end, I definitely have. And I think this is a book that the longer I sit with it, like the more fondly I'm going to remember it. But I'm going to say it's a 3.5 star. So my expectations were also through the roof. And I also am coming off of a really rough streak of reading where I just haven't liked anything. So this may be a me thing. But yeah, I like this. I don't know. I expected a new all-time favorite, and it's not. And that's a bummer to me, but that's okay. It's okay. Not the book's fault. Definitely just kind of wrong timing, because I'm like not in a great mood. And so a slower paced character study is not what I was wanting right now. And, yeah, but I like I say, I really love the way she went to bat for some people in here. And I like one time, there's a scene near the end where she is standing up for herself, and I laughed out loud, because the villain in this story, you know from the beginning who like the villain is in her world, at least. And yeah, I just think, gosh, this was such a different time, because she had 9 kids and only 6 are still living. And it's just such a different time. And so, like I said, as I've completed this book and as I get distance from this book, I think I'm going to like it even more. But at times I was like, gosh, I'm struggling to engage. And so I don't know. It just wasn't what I expected, I think. It wasn't what I expected. But it was a good book, and a good historical, if you're looking for that. So that is my 5-star prediction. So I thought they would all be 5 stars, of course. That's why we're here. But I thought the highest likelihood was The Frozen River, and then Becoming the Talbot Sisters, and then The Favorites. And I think actually my favorite was The Favorites, and then Frozen River, and then Becoming the Talbot Sisters, I think. I think. None of them are quite 5 stars, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm kind of in a strip of not liking anything I'm reading, so I need a 5-star read. I need a 5-star read. So Lindsay and Sarah, thank you for including me in this. Yeah, it was a good time, and I clearly don't know my taste. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.